And he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. Revelation 16:16. War and violence persistently ravage, mutilate, and maim God's creation at the whim of malevolent individuals driven by the adversaries of humanity. Bombs leave voids in the earth in the similitude of craters on the surface of the moon. Spirits are severed from their bodies instantaneously as the landscape absorbs pools of blood from the innocent victims caught in the crossfire. When we take a deeper look into these wars and rumors of wars, it becomes obvious that they merely are another component of the grand satanic ritual meant to exalt the devil and his antichrist with the intent of bringing about the one world beast system. So without further ado, let's get into it. On November 13th, it was reported that Russia attacked the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv, with a sophisticated combination of missiles and drones for the first time in 73 days.
Russia has struck Kyiv with a sophisticated missile and drone attack for the first time in 73 days.
That came a day after the State Department said most of the North Korean troops sent to help Moscow's war effort are fighting to drive Ukraine's army off Russian soil.
Tonight, the US confirming a potentially dangerous escalation in the Ukraine war. The White House says Kim Jong-un has sent at least 3,000 soldiers into eastern Russia, traveling by boat from North Korea and then training at Russian bases.
If Russia is indeed forced to turn to North Korea for manpower, this would be a sign of weakness.
Because of this, United States Secretary of State Anthony Blinken pledged to strengthen support for Ukraine before the end of Joe Biden's presidency in January. In response to Russia's offensive on Wednesday, November 13th, President Joe Biden sanctioned the employment of long-range missiles provided to the Ukrainian military for the purpose of targeting locations deep inside of Russian territory.
For the first time, President Joe Biden has given Ukraine the green light to use powerful American long-range missiles for strikes inside Russia. The weapons, known as the Army Tactical Missile System, can travel about 190 miles, which could help stop Russian forces from attacking Ukrainian cities. This morning, millions of Ukrainians woke up to a massive Russian missile and drone attack on their country's power grid.
On November 19th, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky ordered his forces to fire the long-range missiles supplied by the United States into Russia.
Ukraine's military has shared video they say shows their first use of US long-range missiles against Russian forces. Ukraine says the Army Tactical Missile Systems, or ATACMS, inflicted heavy damage on 2 airfields on Tuesday in Russian-occupied territory in the east of Ukraine called Luhansk.
The dates chosen for both Russia's attack on November 13th and the subsequent attack by Ukraine on November 19th were not selected by accident, but instead both were meant to point to the intent behind this attack. November 19th can be expressed as 1119, which, when reversed, becomes 9111, which points to Revelation 9:1-11, the opening of the bottomless pit and the rise of the king of the pit, Abaddon or Apollyon. Not only that, but
Bliss.